So Abhayagiri is, what is Abhayagiri? I think it was set up as a training monastery for monastics and for lay people to gather and pursue and learn, practice the Buddhist teachings. And it has a certain form, has a structure that's kind of tried and true, based on Buddhist advice and the Kruba Ajahns and how to create a training monastery. And so, it's a container. There's rules and kawats and protocols and schedules and work periods and all these different things come together to make an environment where it takes a lot of the having to think about it parts out of it, and you can just, as Lumpa used to tell me in the beginning, just surrender to it, surrender to the training, and just trust in that form that's been set up, and just see what that does, and see the benefits it can bring. And it seems the more we kind of trust in that, the more we give ourselves over to the training, the better the results seem to be, the better the benefit. And of course, there's going to be resistance along the way, especially for us Westerners who tend to be hyper-independent, hyper-entitled. And so we have the opportunity as these things come up to look at it and work with that and see what is this resistance, what is this blockage that's holding us up. Yeah, what's the problem with this form? The effect it's having upon us. Like for instance, like chanting, for instance. People come to the monastery and maybe there's an interest in the higher teachings, but maybe not so much interest in the fundamental teachings. And I think the chanting is a tool that can be used through the whole process of practice, from the beginning until the end of practice. And just the discipline of doing the chanting every day, coming in, doing the chanting, because it's our duty to do the chanting. It's not kind of an option for us as monastics or long-term guests. We come, and it's part of the structure. It's not something like, I don't like peas, I won't eat peas today or something. It's what we do. We learn the chanting, we chant, we come together as a group, and we all contribute to the chanting. And that can bring up a lot of resistance, possibly, for different reasons. I know for myself, I'm not a very good chanter, and sometimes some of these Pali words are difficult to get out of my mouth correctly. But it's something to work with, something to train, and the practice of learning chanting certainly develops mindfulness and concentration and patience. And as you learn the chants over time, you get a sense of accomplishment too. Something, you get mudita for yourself or mudita for others. I know I've just seen, like juniors learning the chanting, and I've got a lot of wholesome, good feelings for them. It's because it does take for a lot of us, it takes a lot of work to learn these chants and remember them and be harmonious in the chanting and not trying to stick out too much or be too quiet or too loud, and trying to actually listen in, because a lot of this training is also about working together. I think it's one of the benefits that come from this tradition coming out of Thailand, where it seems to be a group activity and working for the group, working for the Sangha is, kind of generally more important than kind of petty individual needs. So we kind of hold the group up and the group needs and what we're doing together at the time, and we work together. And chanting's a good example of that. You can tell when it's going well and everybody seems to be listening and trying their best within their capabilities to harmonize, not sounding too musical, not sounding too dead. It's an art, and that's just one aspect of the chanting. It also, for me, I find that you're immersed in this. You're basically immersed in the teachings, because the chanting is coming right out of the suttas mostly, and so you start learning Pali words here and there. You start getting insights. I know for me, like especially chanting like cardinal suttas, I've been doing it now for over 8 years, and I still find I'll be chanting some days and I'll just get a new kind of insight into a chant we're doing. Something will just hit me a different way, and I get benefit. And you'll find that as you chant over time, the stuff just kind of through osmosis soaks into your mind, into your heart, and it helps you to have a better understanding of the teachings. And when you're trying to articulate things, you can pull from it, and it's very beneficial that way. And so, well, anyway, I could go on all different directions about this, but just to encourage everybody to remember, chanting isn't just like kind of like a dessert thing at the end of the kitchen offerings, where it's like, oh, I won't do that, or it's you should be doing it. It's our duty. It's part of our responsibility. So I encourage people to see the value in this, look to find the value, and if you don't see the value, maybe look at that too. And anyway, that's my encouragement for today. Thank you.